All right, and over here on the 3 o'clock position on ESV Sanshorn Miss, we have our blue Terran player, representative of TSL, up 3-2 in this best of 9. It is Polt. And his opponent over here at the 8 o'clock position, our red Protoss player, winner of the last game, trying to make a comeback and hold on to the throne here at IPL Fight Club. It is SKMC. And I want to give a big shout out as well. We, of course, yesterday walked into Card Store, picked up our, because we are Magic the Gathering nerds, picked up our boxes of the new release, Habits and Restored, and the guy at the counter was like, are you Cat's Pajamas? And then I said angrily, no, I'm Kevin Naki, I don't go buy that anymore. That is inappropriate. No,
I was like, I'm Cat's Pajamas.
Actually, I just want to say hello, Will, from Cards and Comic Central. If you're out there, hello, and glad to meet you.
This kind of sounds like one of those like dating things on a newspaper to a certain extent. Saw you in Card Store, bought cards, call me.
Well, maybe Will be giving me a ring tonight. One can only hope. Anyway.
Wow. All right. So
I take things really far. You have to realize this by now.
I continue to be surprised and amazed and delighted, in fact.
That's good. That's really, I aim to please. So,
well, I'm curious. Polt wants to please his coach.
That is true.
He would please him by winning, I'm sure. And this, like we mentioned earlier, it's a good map for a 1-1-1.
Yeah.
But Polt, of course, is one of those types of players, too, to pick a map and then be like, you know what, I'm actually just going to play Bio because that's what I do. I'm Polt.
Now,
I like to play Bio all the time.
Terran has a lot of options on this map, if we're honest. Because there are a little bit wider paths in the middle and stuff like that to be able to navigate around with Bio. But the most important thing is actually taking a look at the mains themselves. Take a look at MC's main because that's what Polt will be looking at if he decides to go into drop play. It's a very large main. And look how much space there is down here that's not explicitly detected. So pretty good landing opportunity there. Another one, of course, is this what we call the helicopter landing pad that's kind of sitting down underneath the main that has a ramp directly into it. And there's also a lot of space around the north as well that goes relatively undetected unless you actually make a concerted effort to put a couple of pylons in those positions.
Yeah. Whoa, Pope versus Marine. I don't know why I said like Pope there or Pope. Pope versus Marine.
The Pope Probe.
That's right.
Pope Probius the First.
Got a very tall hat.
Yes.
And looks like, Polt's just going to go ahead and go for gas. Let's expand again. Just playing things again. Very standard here on this map. I think he's kind of realizing, too, that he can go toe-to-toe in a longer game with MC, that he doesn't really, need to try to win early.
Now, because of the size of the map, I would not be shocked in any way, shape, or form to see Polt go for a very fast medevac style and see if he's going to go with, Zealot! Just a little bit too far away there.
Jackie Chan SCV, flips past that Zealot and gets out. That is impressive.
Yes, with 1/3 of his health still remaining.
It's pretty good.
So I would not be surprised to see Polt go into the very fast medevacs version of this build, and on the flip side, to see MC do some sort of a 6-gate robo that bypasses Forge and goes into a very heavy attack.
Now, we have actually seen the 8-gate on this map, too, in the past, because your third is pretty easy to take here. So we'll see if that's a possibility as well.
It's just one gas for now coming up for Polt, so basically mirroring what we saw really in the past few games, but exactly what we saw in Ohana last time.
Yeah, and I mean, this build that Polt's doing is actually a great one to learn. If you're a Terran player out there that maybe struggles in TVP and you want to learn some sort of fast expand build, this is a good one to do. It's very basic, I mean, you just get Marines, Marauders out, get some upgrades going. He's getting that second gas now, and it has a very kind of, I guess, easy to learn progression per se, because when you start to really kind of learn the game, it's not just about openings and builds, it's about how you progress throughout the game. You go from what to what. And right now, I think TVP kind of represents one of the most kind of clear-cut and easy-to-understand progressions as far as how a Terran player kind of goes through an entire game.
Yeah.
So it's a good style to study, definitely.
Very much so. And Polt, certainly one of the most intelligent players out there, and a good player to learn from, even if he was doing something crazy. So
saw the Nexus.
He did. There is a third gas already coming up for MC, who has a Robo coming up. This is the first time we've seen MC go Robo before any additional gateways after the first one. So MC switching things up a little bit. We'll see if he slaps down 5 more gates or if he has a little bit more technology in mind. 2 more gates for now. We'll see. He does have a lot of gas built up, and we'll be able to move into very quick Robo Bay if he so desires.
Yep, it's true. For now, I think we're going to see him pump out a couple observers just to kind of get an eye on what his opponent's doing, because he really has no idea. And the Twilight Council, oh, I like this. If he goes for DTs again, that'll be so impressive. I don't know if that's going to be what's going to see, because his gas, is a little bit lower than it was last game.
Yeah.
But it would be cool.
Well, we'll find out here. First observer is on the way. Somebody's queued up anything else. Just a second observer for now, so nothing too out of the ordinary. And back on Polt's side of things, his factory's coming up. Stim pack on the way. Once again, going after those very late engineering bays. And there we go. There's gateways number 4 and 5 now.
Okay, so this could be Blink instead. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it is indeed Blink. And so he's just going to kind of play a little bit more defensive with his Stalkers early on. He could decide to try to hop up in the main and do damage, but a lot of times Blink for Protoss is just kind of drop defense to a certain extent. You just want to be able to be maneuverable, not be kind of hit by that attack of the natural, drop in the main type of thing. With Blink, you can take care of the drop very quickly and then get back to the front and kind of bolster the forces there if your opponent decides to sustain it for some reason.
All right, well, MC's getting a pretty good look at what his opponent's doing. We'll have a perfect time on when medevacs are going to hit, of course. Polt actually already running back. Looks like he does see the pylon on the low ground. So, and MC, consequently, has not seen that engineering bay yet, so he doesn't know that this is about to be found out.
Yeah, so Polt should have plenty of time to prepare for this. He's actually putting down a couple missile turrets early on. He's still obviously a little bit afraid of DTs. And that Warpin's never going to finish. Nope. Canceled.
Yeah, so the missile turret's not going to help out Polt in this case, but, with the Observer, MC will still be able to, even if he's not going to warp units directly into main, be able to blink in there pretty easily.
Well, nice thing, too, for Polt is that MC's now supply blocked until he gets that pylon up, too, so it's going to slow this down quite a bit. He's not even able to warp in the Stalkers to blink up there quite yet.
Right.
Yeah, 3 more gates and charge on the way for MC.
Scan is forced out, though. Thought he was going to try and catch an observer because you could see that factory floating overhead, but unfortunately does not find it, so Polt a little low. No, okay, he does have 1 scan saved up. Looks like he was still worried about DTs, but can be a little bit more liberal with those. So now should know that there's Blink Stalkers out.
It makes sense. I mean, to a certain extent, you're kind of forced into a situation that Zergs used to be, where you just get like a missile turret in lieu of a spore crawler just to have it, just in case. It's a small investment, and it's better than dying, so...
Well, 3 more gateways coming out now for MC. Looks like he wants to take out the supply depot. Loses a Stalker. The supply depot is burning to the ground. Will an SUV get there in time? Yes, it will.
I think so. Yeah, this Templar tech that MC's been kind of going with lately is something that he's been doing more recently. He used to be a big-time Colossus player, but within, I'd say this year, he decided to kind of start going with Templar tech, like many Protoss did.
Yeah.
We saw, of course, Hero and Oz being some of the front runners for that.
And looks like he is going to blink away. Polt will find the forward pylon, though, and be able to dispatch of that with relative ease. MC, though, starting to warp in those high Templar, and we saw this work out for him really well in game number 1, but and in the last game as well, which was kind of I don't know how it just felt weird to me. I don't know. I mean, Polt wasn't able to get anything done with the drops, but MC overextended with DTs a little bit. I don't know.
He showed a lot of hesitancy when it came to that attack at the natural. He was and he made the correct decision in not doing it, but he tried to be too aggressive. I mean, that is not a 2-base map. In fact, I actually talked with Axelav quite a bit about this just the other night, that Ohana is not a 2-base map. If you try to do 2-base pushes there, generally you see what we see happen to Polt. It just doesn't work out. Polt, though, trying a push here on 2 bases. That is a lot of Zealots and Stalkers for MC, though. Yeah, Polt's just going to need to go home right now until his reinforcements get there at least.
Psystorm is still quite a ways away. We'll see if Polt tries to do some sort of a double attack, drop a couple of units inside of the main as well. There's actually no Templar sitting up there, so there's a potential it could work. Wow, Polt just really going for it. Wants to be able to kill these units. Did he finish up +1 weapons? He did. This actually comes before +1 attacks is finishing up for MC, so we'll see if this is going to be enough damage output. MC controlling pretty well. Needs to feed back some of those medevacs. Actually, they're all so low in energy, it doesn't matter anymore.
And he wants to get in there and take out those Templar before Storm finishes. It's about to finish, 1 second away.
There it is!
There it is. Yeah, I don't even know if he needed it, honestly. I mean, he was already doing okay, but Polt's unit's still surviving. The Marauders very, very resilient here, and with these reinforcements, I think Polt might be able to just push him out.
Yeah, no kidding, man. This is working out really well for him. +2 attacks, I'm sorry, +2 armor trying to come up right now for MC. Not going to be good enough. Polt, though, gets itself a really big advantage in the game, up by 30 supply.
Yeah, that was one of those attacks where it really didn't look like it was going to work, but it ended up just kind of happening. You know, it's TVP can be a little bit weird sometimes like that. Well, gets an observer there, it looks like.
Yeah, and Polt can come back for round 2 here in a bit. There are a couple of Templar up. They do not have Storm available. It's still a few seconds away. He does snipe a building up at the front, though, so good little win. Hasn't lost too many units either. Yeah,
Polt's in a great spot right now. He can actually just continue to pressure because he knows MC won't have sentries because he's been spending all his gas on Templar.
Yeah.
Yep, so this is a great spot right now for Polt. He's got a little bit of a supply lead, and all he has to do is dodge storms, which he's shown he's quite proficient in doing.
My God, these medevacs are just incredibly low. So trying to kill the Archon before it comes up, he does manage to do so. Finally starting to recover some of the energy on those medevacs, but needs to back up one more time. Up by 50 supply, though. Polt just making this work, this aggressive style, and he's expanding behind this, continuing to upgrade. Polt is just playing so well.
Yeah, I don't think MC can hold this off. I think we might see Polt take a quick win here in Game 6.
All right, well, Zealots trying to come through one more time, but +2 armor was stopped, and that is pretty critical at this stage in the game, especially when Polt does have that upgrade advantage. It's Archon not going to last for very long either.
Yeah, MC just not able to produce units quick enough to deal with this, and this is going to be about it. I don't think Polt's going to get pushed out of the base this time.
No, it doesn't look like he is. Going for the Stalker off to the side, then finally dealing with the Zealots afterwards with that upgrade advantage. Now going to start targeting down the Nexus. Oh, there is an Immortal out. Manages to rack up a few Marauder kills. My God, Immortals are so good against Marauders. It's ridiculous.
Kidding, man. It's killed like 8 kills on that Immortal before it died. Wow, GG.